Greetings. All right, I'm back. I think my last live was supposed to get off a long time ago. Oh, this is cool. This pen light up. Okay, let me see. I finally got the New World Tarot. Came in the mail. I had to haul ass down the way because somebody delivered it to the wrong door. So I got someone else's package and they got mine. So we had to swap. Okay. Yes, we're back. Ooh. This is a pretty detailed book. Wow. Okay. Okay. Do I do them for myself? Yeah, I'll pull for myself. It's a hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, eh. And that could just be because of where my energy is, where I'm like doubting or I'm not in the space to be reading. And then there's times where I'll pull and I can get a message right away. Like it's really clear, but yeah, it just depends. All right. They're very colorful. Of course, we're going to do a reading with these because I want to see what they do. Hey, Gabby. Amen. Okay. Okay, we're going to just shuffle these babies in. That's all messages that come through this deck. Be divine, clear, and precise, and true. And protect and shield these cards from attracting any low vibrational energies, entities. In Jesus' name, amen. Clearing these cards from any manufacturers that may have handled this deck. Ooh, it's giving Mulan. Hey. This is like, let's get down. What's the song from from Mulan? Let's get down to business. What's it called? I can't remember the song. That's my movie. I love some Mulan. When I went to Disneyland, I wear my my ears. Yeah, so the chat, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, like when you're on an app but it starts clearing it. What's it called? Not clearing it. What do they call it? I think they do call it clearing or something. I guess it's an update when they do that, but it crashed. How do maybe I can, yeah, let me put this one private for now because it's still saying I'm live, so it didn't even properly close that live out. All right. Yeah, my other live crashed. I said, give me a second because I knew that my package came. When I looked at my other phone, or when I looked at my phone, it had that, like it was clearing the app. So I'm like, okay. So it crashed anyway, which is weird. So I just created a new one. I ran and got my package because one of the delivery people, they delivered somebody downstairs. They delivered their package to me and my package to them. So I had to go swap with them to get my package. So yeah. So I had to haul ass real quick. Make sure these babies are shuffled real good. They're very vibrant. Yeah, I think Spirit's like, you need to get your ass off here. Is this supposed to be Marie Laveau? I think so. Looks like it. Queen of Wands. So these have different cultures in them, which I like. So you are going to have some diversity in this deck. I'm going to have to look up the meaning of that person's name. That was like definitely a transaction. That was weird. It was an older woman that entered the door though. An elder. All right, let's see. Spirit. Yeah, I don't want to shame anybody when it comes to love, because that is definitely a gift of help that Spirit has given me, is to help people with their love lives. Ramon means wisely, wise, according to this baby thing. It means wise. Can also represent counsel, mighty protector, guards wisely, supreme judge. Counsel of protection. That's interesting. All right. Nola. All right. This is some foam on my shirt. Okay. Styrofoam. All right, let's see. The world. That's the protection right there. King of Swords. Wow. I don't know if it's picking up our energy. We'll be talking about Seven of Pentacles. Because the King of Swords to me sometimes can represent protection. The world as well, because you have the cherubim, the four heads of the cherubim protecting her. And then you have the King of Swords, like I said, it could be a protective energy, but it can also sometimes for me represent Archangel Michael. Seven of Pentacles. Again, I don't know why, but this is what I'm getting, like something unlikely. Hey, something unlikely. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Whoa, okay. The Four of Pentacles. Three of Swords. I feel like this is a clear indication of how to differentiate between who's who and who's not for you. So it could be on a romantic sense. Okay. You could have had like a spiritual connection with someone that you kind of, it is cute, where someone was contracted in some type of way, like, or just kind of committed themselves to someone, kind of like a contract, but more so within the heart. Three of Swords. Like someone that was very stingy with their heart that may have hurt you, because you're not a stingy person. You're a very giving person. You opened up easily, or you opened up to this person, and I feel like they're not. So the person that is for you, or the people that's for you, whether that's romantic or platonic, these are people that support you. They protect you. These are people that are reliable. They'll stick it out. They're patient. They're not stingy people. This is a stingy person. And I feel like this office can represent somebody that is heavily attached to the world. They're not someone that is spiritual. They're not divinely in tune or connected. Even if they say they are, because a lot of people like to do that. And I don't care if you go to church and all. That don't mean nothing to me. Like, oh, I go to church. So what? That doesn't mean you have a relationship with God. Just because you say you go to church. That doesn't make you a good person just because you go to church every Sunday. Or every Bible study on Wednesdays or whatever. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's something about effort and time. This person could be the type that works hands-on. Pharisees, yeah. Someone that works in like hands-on jobs, like construction businesses and things like that. Whereas maybe you may have dealt with someone that may be financially well off, or they work in a corporate business or something, or corporate world. And if not that, like I said, there's a difference. This is like down to earth vibes, regardless of what their occupation is. Down to earth. This person's down to earth versus someone else that was very stingy. Yeah. Sure. This gives me Hawaiian vibes. I feel like you're someone that is highly like sought after, or people tend to idealize you, or like kind of like people like to watch you and look at you, especially with the 9 of Pentacles. But I get this stay away vibe, like don't come too close. And again, it goes back to that protection. Like this looks like someone that's on looking a person, if that makes sense. So people might like to, or whether that's, I'm not just getting romantically. I feel like you attract people that are interested in who you are, what you're up to. You know, something about your energy is like star quality, or just you have a light about you. And I feel that there's also a vulnerability to you. There's also a authenticity about you, with this woman being nude. It doesn't come across as like raunchy or sexual. It's just, she's just in her element, right? Same here with the world. So, but you're protected though. And I don't feel like people can get too close to you though. So I get like this. I get that how it manifests in a way is like this protection may feel like people not wanting to open up to you, or not wanting to give to you, but that's actually your protection, because spirit is like the wrong people. They don't want the wrong people coming into your life, or people that, you know, essentially won't be able to pour into you in the way that you need, because you're provided for. You're not in a place of need ever, even if you feel like, you know, you have days where you're not financially all together, or you may feel like, you know, you have those moments where you feel like you don't have enough, whatever, whether that's material or that's just within yourself. You feel like you're lacking something within yourself. This is weird. It's 1:11 p.m. here, and it was 11 views and 1 like, so 11-1. There was a mirroring that just happened. So yeah, I don't know, that was weird. You may not be able to see it, but you might have an understanding, or kind of be able to like kind of understand this. I've been seeing 11-1 often, and it makes me think of Hebrews 11-1, which talks about faith, what faith means. And also if you go into Hebrews 11-1 through 2, it also talks about how words create worlds. So some of you guys, it's something with faith and the power of what you speak out into the universe. What you speak out of your mouth creates worlds and realities. But going back to the message is that even when you feel like you are lacking in some type of way, you're not. You're always provided for. So these people, if spirit can see that they're not going to add anything to you, but more so they're going to be someone that takes away, they subtract from you rather than they add to you. Because spirit knows that you have the capacity to give. And if it be that you resonate with this from a perspective, whether it's romantic or platonic, whether it's more than one experience you've had with this, where you've given to someone or given to people your heart, and then they don't reciprocate that in a means of, these are people that you would least expect. And I'm not talking about rejection from like a crush or something. Rejection from someone that's supposed to love you, like a family member, a friend, or a lover. And they don't reciprocate that same thing. That's what I'm getting, and the hurt from that. And what's going to separate that and help you to discern who's for you is that you're going to have people that are there, that will put forth the work and the effort, that do have perseverance inside of them. Because the pentacles, to even be in this position of the 7 to the 8 all the way to the 10 of pentacles, is someone that did their work. They didn't stop, they didn't give up. They might have taken a break, they might have had some time where you know, just natural timing of things. Like anytime when you plant seeds, right, it requires certain, what's the right word, certain tending to your garden, your nursery, whatever you want to call it. And then there's times where you have to allow things to just process and grow on their own with the help of nature, you know, the sun, the soil, those things like that, water, whatever. Same thing with connections. Like there's different elements, forms of connecting and putting energy into a relationship or a connection. And I feel like you've experienced the opposite in some type of way. And Spirit is saying, like, you are going to understand what it's like to experience the opposite, whether that's in relationship with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's with a romantic partner. Let me read this real quick because I should have it down because this number keeps standing out to me. So I'm about to read this real quick. Okay. Hebrews 11, 1 and 2, it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, yet the evidence of things not seen. For the elders obtained a good rapport. And then all the way through 3, I'm sorry, it's 1 through 3, 11, 1 through 3. And it says, though through faith we understand that the words were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of these things which appear. So meaning, faith within itself, again, is a substance of things hoped for, just because it's something that you can't see, right? You don't see these things first. But also with the power of faith, you understand that whatever you speak out of your mouth, it's like, it's going back to the reference of when it said God, let there be light, like that word, and then it created source of light. So it's like whatever you speak out of your mouth creates worlds, even when you don't see it. All right. 10 of Cups. It's something with Hawaii, because I keep seeing references to Hawaii. 10 of Cups. 3 of Cups. Why they gotta stress like that? You know. Anyway, 8 of Cups. So, togetherness. Some of you guys, it might be that because you got the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Some of it might be that you do have to part ways with people that you thought were going to always be in your life. Whether that's something with like moving on from family or friends. It's a bittersweet, and it doesn't have to be bad. Some of it could be that you're guided to leave your hometown, and that is the bittersweet aspect of it. But for some of you, you are being called to like leave certain relationships, or they're naturally just being removed out of your life, especially when it comes to friendships. It's time for you to embark on your own journey. For some of you, the very things that are keeping you stuck is the things that you love. And I know that that sounds kind of bad, so I'm trying my best to word it in a way that's clear. Like, let's say, for instance, you are called to live somewhere else, and that's where your blessings are. That's where, you know, your career is. That's where the love of your life is. But because you're still clinging to what's comfortable or what you're used to, it's keeping you from what's for you. And that's kind of what I'm getting with this. So if it's not leaving literally a location, it could just be like environments or people, connections that people that you're associating with and connecting yourself to could be the very thing that's blocking you from new connections. You know what I mean? Or the love that's for you. Let's see. Four of Cups. Yeah. You don't see it because you're still like connected. You're still like connected to these three cups here. I really feel like it's friends or associates or so-called, and it's not going to be like three people literally, but I feel like it's spirits hinting at the Three of Cups with these three cups here, that you can't see this one cup. Again, what did you say earlier, Dara? Quality over quantity. Sometimes it's like we think that, oh, because this person's been in my life for such and such amount of years, and oh, we kicked it for this person has always been in my life since I was 12, or blah blah blah, or this person, we've been together. That don't mean nothing. If it's time to detach, it's just time. Even if that means that maybe you gotta stand alone for a while, or you know, if it's friendships, it may be called for you to separate and cut all these people off. Maybe you were cool in high school with each other, but you guys don't resonate as grown women or grown men anymore. You know what I mean? It's gonna hurt, and it might not be a harsh cutoff. It could just be, you know, loving people from a distance, still catching up from time to time, maybe seeing each other from time to time, but it's not that connection anymore. Can you find it in yourself to be okay with that? You might, like I said, it might feel lonely at first. But spirit always replaces what you've lost or what you've released with so much more. And it's not to say that those connections or those people aren't worthy or they're not good, or some of them may not be good people for you. And some, it's not that connection. You know, it may have spoken to a season in your life, or where you at a certain age or level within yourself or your journey. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a harsh thing. It's just a divine separation that needs to happen. And it doesn't, you know, sometimes when these things happen, it feels like we're being punished rather than being blessed. So it can be looked at differently. Yeah, Five of Cups. Yeah, it's a lot of emotions behind these things. And there's more references to the Three of Cups again. These three cups spilled. Two cups still stand though. So I do feel like this has something to do with associations or associates or something. Yeah, because, I mean, that has happened. There's times where I felt led to just let people go in a way, like, without no question, because I know they weren't good. And there's times where I had to separate from people that I didn't want to separate from. But I had to honor what Spirit was telling me. And sometimes people will leave your life, or you'll just naturally start to part ways. And, you know, whether it's coming back at a later time or just completely disconnecting. I love this Queen of Pentacles. My goodness. Such a beautiful card. It's beautiful. King of Cups. Yeah, because I just get like you fill everybody else's cup up. And in this instance, I don't get good energy from this King of Cups. He's wearing a mask. But what's ironic is he has the seraphim wings on his head. Or the cherubim. No, it is seraphim. Sorry. They have the multiple wings. I think it's the seraphim. This is going to get a little weird, what I'm getting. And I'll clarify it. But what I'm getting from this Queen of Pentacles is this is someone that's a giver. You could identify with this as a male, even as a straight heterosexual male. You can identify with the Queen of Pentacles from a place of being in your receptivity, being in your nurturing feminine energy where you give to people that you care about. Whether that's romantically or platonic, whatever. Yes. The wings from the Nike card. Aw. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, because I don't really see you on my live, so I'm glad that you're here. I feel like this represents the giver and the people that don't really hold the capacity to give to you, but there's some type of fumble. Someone fumbled you, or people, not just romantically. I feel like people just, because the thing is whoever this King of Cups represents, this is someone that also is in their feminine energy as a masculine, as a male being in feminine energy, because the cups is a feminine energy. Someone that is intuitive, someone that does receive downloads from the divine. Someone got a prophecy about you, but they didn't accept it. Has nothing to do with you. Thank you, sis. It has nothing to do with you. They fumbled. Whatever spirit revealed to them about you, they didn't take heed with that. That's not your loss. That's theirs. I don't know what it is. It's something with the Sephiroms. Let me see. Because I'll be forgetting. I'll be looking stuff up, but then I forget sometimes. I don't always obtain it. Sometimes I got to remind myself of what I just learned. Sephirom. Yeah, they have the multiple wings. That's a Sephirom on his head. Is a celestial heavenly being originated in ancient Judaism. Sorry. What is their ranking? Yeah, they are the highest ranking angels. And if I'm not mistaken, was it in, it wasn't Ezekiel. Let me see. Yeah, somebody got, and this was something that was divinely time sensitive, because there's a clock in the back, the clock tower. Ooh, spirit. I don't know who watched, if y'all watched that live, it was 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and I was talking about the Union Station that's downtown LA that spirit kept bringing me to. There was something that was divinely timed, some type of unity, some type of coming together. That clock tower, I remember mentioning the clock towers, the clock tower at Union Station. There's something with that. I don't remember everything that I said. And it also could be like somebody just got something wrong. Like, it may not have been intentional. Let me see. Like, you know how one person shows up late, they get the memo late, and then they miss, oh my goodness, the High Priestess and the Emperor. This is like, could be, almost be, but not quite. Like the Emperor and the High Priestess, they're of high ranking, but it's different levels and different duties. Different offices, spiritual offices. I hope I'm not talking too much, like talking to, like, when I say office, it's like a duty. The Emperor is made for the Empress, and the High Priestess is made for the Hierophant. So it's almost like something that should have or could have been. Maybe it was for a time. Like this Emperor and this High Priestess could have been assigned to this Emperor to deliver a divine message to this Emperor to help them persevere in their kingdom, in their office, their spiritual duties. She had the knowledge and the wisdom. Yes, that's what, yes, 3D versus 5D. Yes. So she, I feel like, to make this make sense on a mundane level, she had some type of information that this Emperor needed, because he's divine too, but his office is more of a earthly plane thing, where he handles things on a level of practicality and work. So this could have been an oracle that helped this man with their business. Like, let's say a person that has a company, a CEO of a company, and he wants to make sure that he's making the right decision, and he goes to an oracle, an astrologist, or whatever, or a prophetess, and gets the downloads or get the information or instructions of what he should do, or if what he's doing is the right game plan. It's kind of the vibe, and it might not be that specifically, but it was an exchange where this man needed this prophetess's guidance somehow. And maybe these two misconstrued the fact that they were supposed to be together when they really weren't supposed to be together. It was more so of an exchange, a divine exchange that needed to happen for a time. And maybe it was perceived that someone missed the ball, got it messed up. I'm getting Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo with a Pisces person, Pisces energy involved. May not be, but I'm getting that. Something with Pisces for sure. Could even be Aries energy, but I don't like doing that. But I am getting Pisces energy. Why isn't this working? It will not let me search this. It just got stuck. Really? Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to pull some more. That battery's gone though. The Knight of Cups, I'm telling you. And they're wearing a mask. This is somebody that is a water sign. And I do feel like this person wanted to show up romantically, but something happened where it was like, it was a miss. Like they could not reach. It's like almost like a misconnection. But what I'm getting is like, it's being misinterpreted as like a missed opportunity when in actuality, it was only meant to, it's like some type of assignment. The Sun card. Someone's assignment could have been to help somebody, like spark them up again, kind of breathe life back into someone that was kind of like a, I don't want to say, kind of like someone that felt stagnant. Yeah, Ten of Wands. If you're carrying the weight of the situation and you felt like what you did was not enough or something, that's not the case. This was really a situation that someone was just meant to bless another person and then move on. True love, free yourself, attraction. Yeah, I do feel like this was, see, they're not of the same region, same culture. This is like, I don't know, Roman and Egyptian culture mixed together. Cleopatra and, was it Cleopatra and Caesar that had an affair? It's like they're not of the same region or culture. Even with the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Free yourself. Attraction. So yeah, I feel like whatever the exchange was, it's very much real between you and this person. You guys did have a connection, or you guys were in a relationship with each other. You guys had a short-lived relationship. Mark Anthony, thank you. Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. But you free yourself is like, especially if you're a Capricorn, Spirit's telling you to free yourself from this. With love though. Not anything harsh. It's just understanding what this connection was about. So you might have been taking this person as being selfish. You gave something to this person. You could have helped this person elevate in their business or something. You gave this person business ideas, or you were a muse or something to like help this person. And they could have taken it, you know, and maybe prospered. And you feel like they did not reciprocate something quite the same to you, or this person seems like they're doing better than you or something. Spirit is saying like you're kind of maybe misinterpreting it, but this was, you were supposed to do that. You were supposed to give that. You are the priestess, high priestess. You are the messenger, the oracle, the seer, the prophetess. You were supposed to give that to this emperor. They needed it at the time. They needed it. So there's no loss here, because there is going to be a replacement in a way of people that are going to show up for you. So I wouldn't take this as like a low blow or anything, because it happened the way that it did. And I do believe that this person does have love for you. So Spirit wants you to be present, even if that means you've been by yourself, or you got to be by yourself. If you're still connected to this person, it may be that for a time. I might do a series on like singlehood and like do different topics, probably every Saturday, every Sunday. I was thinking about it. It came to me last night. So I might actually do that. And like I said, I do have coaching sessions for singles that I think will be beneficial for some of you, just to help navigate. But yeah, this is not to look at this from a bad place. Yeah, it can seem, and this is what I'm getting. Again, you got to go back to this. Like, it will manifest itself. Your protection of these people and not receiving what you want out of the situation, or the same love. It's like, okay, well, how come you can hang out with these people and kick it with them, but when I want to hang out and kick with you, you don't have time? And it could be because you and that friend or these people, you're not on the same vibration. They resonate more so with the other people. And it's not anything to look down upon. Or if you feel like, okay, why did this lover choose them and they didn't choose me? It's because they resonate with that person. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're always going to realize when the gig is up that, you know, it is what it is. But it wasn't supposed to be more than what it was, if that makes sense. So going back to when it feels like you're being rejected by the ones that you love, and that, you know, whether it's friends, family, a lover, someone that you are connecting with, take that again as that is my protection, because Spirit, God, can see that these people are not for me. They're not for me. They don't hold the capacity, or we no longer resonate, we no longer fit. There's no place for it anymore. It served its purpose. Yeah, the Sephirims finally, because the internet was acting stupid. The Sephirim's duty is serving the throne as guardians of God. They protect the throne. They are one of the highest ranking because, of course, they sit at the throne of God. There's different levels of heaven, just like, as they say, there's different levels of hell. Different realities, 3D, 5D, 4D, like there's different levels. So they're at the highest level. So this was just divinely connected and ordained. And again, that word guardian, Ramon, that person Ramon that had my package and I had his package, their name also means a guardian or protector. So the key to this, the whole message is you're being protected. That's why it doesn't play out, because you, even if you don't receive or can like perceive yourself to be a high priestess, an oracle, a seer, a messenger of the divine, or the oracle, whatever, right? Even if you don't realize it or see it or walk or want to like claim those things, you are a messenger. You are a healer. You are a portal of light. So whoever you're meant to come in contact with, they're going to benefit from it. And it's not a disservice to you to say that, oh, you just are meant to suffer and you're never going to be loved or no one's ever going to respect you. No, you get to discern when things are just assignments and just seasons, and not jumping the gun and saying this is a forever thing or this person is always going to be my bestie, because you will have lifelong connections and you will have people that it's life, right? People that will come into your life for a season. They may be to be of service or help, or you to be of service or help to them, or to learn or have an experience, or to help break you out of a cycle that you're in. Like, but you got to discern what's what. And I feel like one of the ways, and not to get too stuck on this one thing as a confirmation or a means to discern what's for you, but one of the ways is that these people will support you, truly support you. I thought that I had friends that supported me and stuff like that, but when it came down to what they wanted, or when they had the chance to get ahead of me, they did. They took it. That's not a friend. Or any chance that they had to throw in your face that they got something, or that, you know, something to what's the right word? To not level up. What's the right word? Kind of like to shit on you, or to throw something in your face, or make a comparison, or compete with you. They take the chance to do that. And I feel like there's a difference between true friends, where you can feel and sense the difference when someone is really sharing good news versus when they're trying to brag, or to make someone feel some type of way. And naturally, it's not really always personal. Sometimes that's just how people are. They do that to anybody, right? That they feel like they need to do that to. So it's not anything personal against you, and sometimes it could be. And then you can catch the way that people say things. You can sense it, and you can feel the shade in it. Like, you can sense it. So you can differentiate between who's a true friend and who's not. Same thing with family members. Family members can have similar traits of friendship, you know, ways and things like that, where like a sibling or a cousin or something, right? They could do that. Or even your own parents sometimes could play those shitty games. Lovers, same thing. With lovers, it's a little more cutthroat than that. It's cheating, the lies, and all of that stuff, tearing you down. But you can tell the difference when someone genuinely has your best intentions for you. You can tell the difference. And if a person is for you and spirit is causing a separation until that person heals, or until you heal, or both of you heal, spirit will do that too. Because we're not all perfect. And not saying just because you healed certain areas, does that make you a perfect person? No, it just, certain things that you're required to work on for whatever reason, if you don't work on those things, it could affect the health of your relationship. But that doesn't mean that you guys are always going to be perfect. It's just, you know, you're not dealing with somebody that isn't ready to be in a relationship. Maybe this is somebody that is not ready to give up their lifestyle. Yes. Like, spirit is not going to put somebody in your life that's not ready to be in a relationship. If you guys are called to be together, spirit's not going to bring somebody that's like still wanting to like go out in the streets and F around or whatever, right? Certain things could be connected to that. Could be a person has low self-esteem and they feel like they get their validation from having as many men or many women as possible, or sleeping with many men and women as possible. They feel like that validates them. They lack self-esteem. So if spirit can see that within a person, they're not going to bring that type of person into your life or your experience, or allow you to just be with them. And sometimes our free will can override it, and spirit is like, okay, cool. Like, you know, you want it. Okay, cool. But your divine protection says, I'm not going to allow this thing to come together until that healing is done. And most people don't want to do that. And you can't blame God and be like, oh my God, God, why is God doing this to me? Oh, this person, I thought they were like, you put yourself in the situation. That's where accountability comes in. Because I'm pretty sure your spiritual team gave you plenty of red flags that this person was not for you, or they were not ready for you, but you said, I want them so bad, I'm gonna deal with them and put up with them, and then you get mad at spirit. You can't do that. It's accountability is everything, and it sounds harsh to a society that wants a binky in their mouth and tell you that you're fine, you're great, everybody's, you know, you have people, karmics are hating on you, and this person loves you. But there's like, that's easy to sit in all day, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, is this something I really want to be dealing with? Is this something I'm supposed to be dealing with? Or is this something that, because this twin flame shit got people twisted up. I hate to say it, but I gotta be honest. Like, this whole twin flame shit, these titles, divine masculine this and divine, like, some of that shit it's not helpful. Do I think that everybody that talks about that is a bad person? No. No. It's because I was in that. But I feel like it's kind of a dangerous concept to still like touch on, because I feel like so many people are caught up in that and they're mistaking seasonal connections, really karmic connections, as a divine connection, and it is not. If you listen to a lot of the stuff that people are going through, it is not divine. And if it be that that person is meant for you and you're meant for them, Spirit will cause that separation, and you'll see that this person is actually working on themselves as you work on yourself. It's not going to be this person is still laid up with some other person, still acting crazy, still treating you like dirt. You got to have a better self-esteem even with that. Even if it is your person and they're still running amok and stuff, people are going to still want to come into your energy even if they're not supposed to. But it's up to you to have boundaries and say, hell no, no. You're not healthy for me right now. You still over here doing this and doing that. No. But because of this whole label being kind of reverence as some type of worship, this twin flame shit, my twin flame, like it's just some type of label, a badge of honor or something to say that you'll excuse somebody's dirty behavior because they're your twin flame. No. No. A lot of people got it jacked up and thinking that that's something divine because they're feeling these things. And I'll be a testimony to say that just because you see signs and synchronicities with a person, you have dreams and stuff, that has happened to me multiple times with people I've been in connections with. That doesn't mean that that person is meant for you. Even if you are seeing those signs, you got to discern what is it telling you and where is it coming from. You have to be careful with that stuff, because I was caught up in that. Yeah. I was caught up in that world too, with the twin flame stuff and being tossed to and fro. And it's easy to have that projected onto you from other people as well, where people think you're their twin flame because they feel something and maybe they're having experiences and stuff. You got to be discerning with everything you experience and what is it that's really happening, because truth be told, in some type of way, we're all connected. We all come from we come from a creator. So some element of connectivity somehow and somewhere, but it doesn't always got to be that deep. Yep. Some romantic partners, because this is the thing, the enemy knows you. They know you well enough to know what your weak spots are, to know what you desire, even to know the plan for your life. So you can meet somebody and this person could have every quality in the book that you look for, but Spirit is so strategic and so sovereign and so intelligent to still allow you the grace to sense when someone's not for you, even if they got everything on the table, because the enemy is going to trick you. But if you're vulnerable enough, if you're low, if you're insecure enough, if you feel lonely and desperate enough, you'll override that one red flag that God is warning you about within that person. This person could have the most beautiful smile, funny, got everything that you're looking for, but there's something inside of you that's like, it's not right, or they do something that's like but you override it because it's like it looks close to it's a counterfeit. That's why you can't be desperate. That's why you can't be insecure. That's why you can't go in with confusion. You can't. People probably think I'm like crazy, but it's real shit. Like, trust me, it happens. It happens to the best of us. And every time that I try to be like, no, maybe I'm just tripping, even though in my spirit I knew something was not right, it was going to later be revealed anyway. And it does. That's not it for you. It's better to take heed early than get too deep into the situation where you get pregnant or you get someone pregnant or something that you can't escape from. Or feel like you can't escape from, something that creates a deeper bondage to where you realize when it's too late that that's not the person for you. But there are always signs in the beginning, and that is a grace to warn you before you get too deep in it, to avoid heartbreak. And I'm telling you this because, not to make anyone feel discouraged, but just as a using your discernment and walking with in care of yourself and of your heart and of your spirit. You might want to curse God and curse the man or the woman that it didn't work out with because you feel like you got cheated. But no, that was protection. We can tear our own hearts apart or give our hearts to the wrong person when God is telling you, no, that's not the person. But we place our heart in somebody's hands that didn't even have the capacity to hold it. So what are they going to do with it? They're not going to know what to do with it. Because that's not the person. Right. So, yeah, it happens to the best of us. Like, I had a whole child with somebody that was not for me. And maybe it was just like, I mean, I'm not going to say maybe. It was only meant for the purpose to bring her here. But other than that, like, were there warning signs that he was not that? Yeah, plenty of them. Plenty of them. And it doesn't make it easy to leave either, because you're going to try to play house. You're going to do that typical thing that most people say and do is, I don't want to break up my household. But the child is suffering because there's two people that are not equally yoked, that are not a vibrational match, in other words, for each other, come together in that household. And it's going to cause drama and chaos in that child's life. So it may be healthier to separate. And that is part of the issues when it comes to doing these things. A lot of people divorcing because they were never with the person they were supposed to be with. Never. We choose our partners, and we choose them based off of whether it's convenience or where we're at the season or the time. We never get divine confirmations that these are the people. Or we get into circumstances where we think it's just going to be convenient, or maybe I'll be happy if I'm married, or maybe that will make me look like I'm growing up if I get married or whatever. Or we might as well just do this thing because we've been together for 15, whatever. Or we already got kids already. Like, if it's not assigned by God, God ain't stamped the approval, your spiritual team ain't encouraging you to do that, I would say don't do it. So not every marriage is brought together by God. Is it going to be, realized spiritually as a marriage? Yes, because you guys made that covenant. You guys signed that contract. So it's going to be honored by God at that point. But the bringing together of it was, if it's not, God was not in it, then you can't be mad when stuff just doesn't go the way that you want it to go. Or you get upset that you realize, oh, this person is just this or that. They're not what I thought they were. Or they look at you like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They want to they want to tell women what to do with their bodies and all of that. But then you have these fucking sperm donors of the world just going around but at the end of the day, it takes two to tango. And not everybody's situation is that way. I understand that some women do have situations where their bodies are compromised, if you know what I mean. Oh no, I feel like that type of content, like, people would really like that. Like, yeah, it might be a little sticky. As far as tarot, it might not be something that people want to hear, but it is what it is. But yeah, like, be grateful if spirit is separating you from people, whether it is the person that's for you or not. If spirit is separating you, it's obviously because spirit can see that there's something within you or within that person or both of you that's not in the place to be together right now. Or spirit is saying, hell no, period. Like, no, this ain't it, period. Yep. Period. So that is protection. That's not you being punished. And I used to think like that, like, oh, why this and why? Like, no. Because if I look back at the people that I thought I wanted to be with and all of that, now I got to laugh at myself. Because there's more to the story than what we can conceive and perceive. You know, a person could put on a persona for a couple of weeks, a couple of months even, and you guys can be cool and compatible to a certain degree for a time, but then it's going to fall away after a while if it's not that. And I have to ask myself this, and that might be something that some of us might need to ask ourselves. If we really had the love that we really desire to have, because we can project the love that we have to give and want to receive onto another person, because that person that's standing in front of us might be ideal to an extent. So we'll kind of project that feeling or that experience that we wish to have. We might maybe even glamorize it a little bit because we want that. We want to feel that. We want to experience that with the person that's really for us, right? Even if we don't know them or never met the person, but we're putting it onto this other person that's standing before us, right? Or that's in our experience. It's only going to be able to uphold for so long. And if you really were to have that person, would you really be ready and really open for them? Because they're going to be the real deal. They're not going to be what you're used to, because some of us are used to trauma. We're used to back and forth. We're used to in and out. We're used to up and down, round and round, side to side, back and forth. We're used to that. So to have a person that's really stable and really about that life and ain't going nowhere, that's transparent and real with you, that will allow you to be transparent and real with you or real with them, can you really, really say that you'll feel safe in that? It might be scary a little bit. You might question yourself a little bit. You might question them. Or you're going to be like, oh, this is lame. This is boring. Oh, he's so lame. Or, oh, she's so boring. Because toxicity sometimes can feel like real love sometimes, because it kicks up different levels of emotion. It's kind of like a drug. It plays on different parts of your body, your mind. Or it gives you excitement to your boring life, or what you perceive as boring, or what you feel like, oh, your love life is not enough. You know what I mean? Us high priestesses, can our person allow us to practice our gifts and heal others while calling us witches? I know. And I feel like the person that's for you, they're not going to do that to you. They're not. And I had to deal with that a lot too. And that's one of the things I always said to Spirit, like, my person, and genuinely, and nobody can fake this. Even if some predator would be watching this and be like, oh, well, now I know how to get in, you're not going to be able to get away with it for long. Like, trust me, like, people have played the game, pretend like they liked what I was into, they liked what I did, they thought it was cool. Oh, you can have dreams. Oh, you be doing, oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's a gift. And then when it flips around, then they running scared, or they like, oh, this bitch, she can see. Oh, no, fuck no. They can't uphold that mask. They can't. The counterfeit will never be able to do that. They can't do it. So the person that's for you is not going to be looking at you and calling you witches and all this stuff. They ain't going to be doing all that. They're just not. They like it when it benefits them. Even with family, like, I've had some family members not like what I was doing, but then later on, they're getting readings from me. So it works. When it works for people, then they like it. But when it doesn't work in their favor, when you're not telling people what they want to hear and all of that, then they hate you. Then you're a witch, and then you're working of the devil and all this stuff. So the person that's for you is not going to do that to you. Trust me. No, you're just you, and you're different. And that's what I be saying, like, people, the world is so twisted that people think that you're a good person because you go to church every Sunday, or because you say you're a Catholic, or because you say you're Christian and you read the Bible or you say that you do, and people automatically want to take those people as saying that they're good people. And not to say that they're not good people in the church, but there is a lot of demons in the church. So if a person just tells you, oh, I'm this, or girl, so yeah. And I used to not feel anything when I, at one of the churches I went to, or a few of them that I went to, it was just a whole bunch of phoniness. It was like a high school drama. Like, people wanted to be up under the pastor and the first wife, and was competing for positions in the church. People wanted to be in choir so they could be seen and take the lead, and jealousy. That is demonic. And y'all talking about other people as evil. When I used to be in the church and people was laying hands on me, I thought something was wrong inside of me. Like, why can't I receive this healing? Why can't I get it? I didn't feel nothing from what they were doing. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. And I thought something was wrong with me. I thought it was evil or something, because I was like, I don't feel it. But I've experienced God not in the church. Even when I was a little kid, I was a nature child. Like, I would talk to trees and shit. I would have more of an experience and encounter with God outside of that building called church. I've never felt that there. Have I had like the spirit come over me and I might have felt, you know, tears and crying and all that? Yeah. But people laying hands on me and trying to like pray over me, that just, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel not a thing. And people want to talk about false prophets and all of that. Like that, I've encountered a lot of false prophets in my experiences at church, just saying all kind of wild, crazy stuff, and somebody trying to prophesy some bullshit over me and stuff like that. Like, no, you can sense it. Like, you just talking just to be talking. Like, stop. Sit down somewhere. Yeah, there's evil in every religion. There's evil in just the world in general. And there's good as well. It's just all about discerning it. But it's just like when we put this stigma on because, you know, a person is handsome or a person is beautiful or they have a good job, they have lots of money, that this is a good person for me, or because this person calls me every day and texts me every morning, that they must care, they must really like me. But predators move like that too. Baptist, wow. I didn't grow up. We grew up Pentecostal. I don't know what the difference is between, like, I never really paid attention to the difference between Baptists and all that, like, but Pentecostal, no, Kojic, I think it's called. Child. But yeah, I remember, I'll never forget this. My aunt was like always trying to set me up with these church boys. And it was this boy that I went to school with that went to her church. Like, she knew his dad in the church they went to. She's like, oh my God, I can't even remember the boy's name now. Oh my God, what was his name? It's in my head. But she was like, you should talk to him, blah, blah, blah. Whole time he was slobbing down my friend. Like, you trying to convince me just because he goes to church or his dad is in church and has a position that he's a good guy. Like, I could tell, like, he wasn't a bad person. He wasn't innocent, though. Like, you trying to push me on somebody. He's a teenage boy. Like, come on. Like, he trying to get it in. Like, so that was a bad idea. Then she tried to push me off on another guy that we work with that was a youth choir, or not youth choir. He was a youth leader or whatever at the church. And I remember, I can't share the experience, it's too much. But anyway, long story short, he wasn't a good guy. He was not. He was faking and frauding. He was not a good guy. He's not a clean Christian guy at all. He had a pimp mobile and everything. When he picked me up, he was pimping. So, like, no, like, stop. So the whole thing is, something can come to you at a time where you really desperately want it the most, and you could think that this is it, but spirit will reveal to you early on, maybe even within the first couple of minutes of talking to this person, that they are not it. Look up the Creed 99, Constantine, how the Holy Roman Empire is split with the Orthodox Church. Oof. Why does that name Constantine freak me out? I don't know why. That name just is like, it just, I don't know why. I think I heard that, Dara. I think I heard about that. I don't remember what something I was watching or listening to that talked about that. I can't remember. But, yeah, like, you will always get a warning. And now knowing what I know from past experiences with my dating experiences and stuff like that, I will never ignore another red flag ever again, because it saves me so much trouble. It saves me so much confusion, so much heartache, and wasting my time and allowing someone else to waste my time or try to convince me otherwise. Like, I'll never do that again. So that's why I be double checking. I be like, spirit, like, okay, why is this person here? You know, what's up with this person? What's their intentions? Why? I'm checking. And you can't get nothing past God. Like, I don't care how smooth you think you is. You cannot get nothing past God. You cannot. So, yeah, I be checking. Okay? Because I don't want to do it again. I know what it's like to be in a horrible relationship. I know what it's like to like somebody and invest your time in somebody that's not for you, and what that does. Because that within itself, as a woman, I don't care if you the most pimp, you think you the female pimp, the hot girl, whatever, you're exchanging your energy with that person, and you're allowing whatever is going on inside of them, their mind, their mindset, their ideologies, the people that they slept with, the women that they didn't cleanse out of their system, the men that you didn't cleanse, y'all swapping all of that. You're carrying that in your womb. And not only that, I don't want to have another frivolous or another meaningless sexual experience with another man that I don't have a connection with, that is not my person, that's not going to be here to stay. I don't want to experience that just to say, oh, I got off. I don't want to do that. So it's not me being like a prude or goody two shoes. I'm just protecting my energy, because I know how valuable my energy is. And it's not meant to be shared with everybody, and not everyone is deserving of that. So that's why I don't do it, and why I don't have the dating life like I used to have. I wasn't really someone that had a lot of partners and boyfriends. I've only actually had one boyfriend, if you want to count that relationship, because it was like years of toxicity. And then people that I might have dated for a season, no more than 2 months or something. So I don't really count that as a boyfriend. More someone that I was dating exclusively for 2 months. That was about it. But other than that, my experiences, I could have really saved myself a lot of trouble, a lot of heartache and confusion by not dating certain people if I would have listened to my intuition. But at that time, at my age I was at, I didn't have an understanding of my value or my worth. Because dating to the average person is just meeting one person and liking them, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Open your legs and stick it in the next person and keep it moving. I can't live like that anymore. I don't look at sex as something as just like something to do, or because I like somebody, I should open my legs to them. I don't look at sex like that. I don't. Like, I love myself on a level that I have not or couldn't and didn't in the past. So now I understand the value of not only my physical body, my temple, but also just my heart and who I allow to even touch it, you know, and not placing it in the wrong person's hands or the person that's not fit to handle it or care for it. And I don't care if you say that you're into me, you like me, you got feelings for me. I don't care. If you're not him, you're not him. You can genuinely really like me or really want to pursue me, but if you're not him, you're not him. So it's not that simple. And just because I might like somebody or think they, you know, they're attractive or I want to get to know them, doesn't mean that that's my person either. So I also got to check myself and be discerning as well. If it's not someone that Spirit is saying, you know, they're cool to talk to, cool. Because I genuinely feel like my last couple experiences, which nothing sexual has come out of them because I have not been sexually intimate in over 5 years. I have not even held hands with somebody. Like, when I say I have not been touched, I mean that. Most is a hug. No kisses on the cheek, no holding no hands, no rubbing inappropriately or touching me anywhere, not even seeing anything, seeing me naked. And no man has done that within 5 years. So when I say I have not been touched, I have not been touched. And Spirit might allow me to like have phone conversations. Like I went out on a coffee date because something told me just go out, accept the offer, go out. I went out. Okay, one date. Somebody that I met at a lounge. Spirit allowed me to talk to that person for a time. That person ran the fuck off soon as I told them a dream I had about them. And I guess it called them out on some shit. And I wasn't even doing it to like be like, oh, I found something out about you. I just genuinely told them what I was getting. And he dipped, child. When I say he dipped, and then he tried to gaslight me and try to say I was trying to, you know, think I was trying to be cute because my birthday was coming up, so I was trying to ghost him. Like, no, he was trying to gaslight the hell out of me. Oh, I don't mind no coffee date. I thought that was nice because I just like conversation. You don't gotta do extra. Not saying that I wouldn't mind extra, but I love conversation, so I don't mind that. But yeah, I see what you're saying, sis. But even with that, nothing happened. Because Spirit will not allow it. And I'm not easy to just do that anymore. Like, just because I like you and we're kicking it and hormones is going off. It's not that easy anymore. I knew something was different when someone that I had sex with years ago, when we linked back up again, it was like the weirdest shit. And I felt so disgusted. And I said, I'm not ever doing this again until I'm with my person. I can't do it because that level of connectivity was not there. It was almost like, because I really believe this, like, yeah, you can have frivolous sex encounters. Some people just like the act of sex and getting off. But then there's people that also, when they have sex, they like to have that intimate experience with the person because you're visually stimulated by the person that you're attracted to. Then on top of that, the connection that you already have, and then the act of the physical thing going on. So that adds on to it. But for me, it's like, if I don't have no connection with you, I can't even get, like, it was weird. And I said to myself, I can't do this anymore. I felt so gross. Yes, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. I will take heed to that. No more of those low effortness dates. And on top of that, like, I think dude was expecting some ass at the end of the night. Like, he made sure I got home safely. Like, he called me, made sure I got home safely, but I never talked to him again after that. And I don't know why he asked for my number. Like, I don't get why he asked for my number at the end of the day, only to just Like, what the fuck? But I'm not doing that. I'm not in that space anymore where I was, where it was just something to, you know, because, you know, I liked you and we have attraction to each other and it's convenient and it's there, or because we've known each other and we're just gonna, no, I can't do that anymore. I don't even need it that bad. Like, it comes and it goes. Like, sometimes you'll be like, oh dang, like, oh, I ain't had no intimacy in a minute. Oh dang, you know, you want a man, right? But it goes. It doesn't last that long. That's why I don't understand why people cheat, because it's like that you gonna get, that's going to go away. Like, you might get heated in the moment, but if you can just have discipline, because that's really what it is, just discipline with your body. And I can't tell anybody what to do, but like when cheaters be like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. You gave into that temptation, because that stuff, it fleets. You get hot for a moment or so, you might be bothered, but if you have the discipline, you can find something else to put your energy into and get yourself out of a lot of trouble, or wasting your time on somebody that, because I see it happen all the time. Oh, what's up? What you doing? Oh, nothing. Oh, you want to link up? And then you want to get that off, and then it's just like, you like, bye. Like, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not shaming anybody that can do that, but I can't do that. I cannot. And it's just, to me, it's just like, now that I look at it, it's just like, it's a gross thought to think that, to share, like, have that exchange with somebody, and then them just get up and go, or you get up and go, and then it's just, you go on about, it's, I can't, it's just, it feels nasty to even think about that. Like, I just let this random person that I'm probably not ever going to see again, or this person that I know I don't really care for like that, or he just see me as another piece, like, to go on and say that he even had the privilege to even experience me, is like, it would make me feel disgusted. And that's how I felt. I do believe that, yeah. I'm just not doing it sexually. Like, yeah, you can jumpstart me getting out there by taking me out or something and having conversation, but I don't have to fuck you. But yeah, no, I can't. Not who this person, who this woman. Let me get my ass off here, because I can have this topic for days, but I probably will. I don't know how. I might do like a segment of like singlehood episodes or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Yeah. And then on top, yeah, like energy harvesting. Like, too, you gotta think of it from a spiritual perspective. A spiritual perspective is like, on a mundane level, it's like some random person coming into your life that you get hooked up with, and they're having sex with you. But that whole time, that person could have been sent by the enemy to suck your energy and take your blessings. Like, that happens. I've seen that happen to people. People will get hooked up or be in a relationship with somebody, and then you'll see the other person getting blessed, and the other person is suffering all the time, or being treated badly while this other person is doing this and doing that, or they leave you in the dust and then you see them doing all this stuff. And it's like, energy stealers and blessing stealers, that's a real thing. And same thing with friends and so-called friends. The people, they benefit off of your energy. So when some people want to link up with you and do business with you, or people want to be attached to something, you got to question what's this person's intentions and motives. That's a real thing. Lovers can be enemies too. Yeah, anybody that talks about love and marriage a little too soon. Like, there's nothing wrong with a man or woman saying, you know, I want to have kids one day, or I love kids, or I want to get married or something. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's people that know, especially if they know that's what you desire, you got to discern. Because that's what that dude tried to do to me. The one with the, well, I told him about this dream I had about him, you know, being out somewhere that he was trying to hide that he was at. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm celibate. You know, I'm waiting for the right person. You know what I'm saying? He was from New York, so I'm exaggerating the accent. But he was like, you know, I'm trying to, I'm trying to keep it right for the right person and blah, like trying to, you know, like talk like my lingo, like talk in my lane, and I'm looking like, I always felt something was off. I always felt something was off. He was too persistent too, in a weird ass way, like too eager. It was really weird. I hate when people say, you know what I'm saying, like over and over. Like that makes me feel like you're fucking lying, for one. I just can't. I just cannot. Yeah, y'all gotta protect y'all energies. We all do. But especially in this season, you know, October is just one of them weird months sometimes. But it's also a month of deep healing and deep going into self. So that's a good thing, you know. Um, Very intense energy emotionally too. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that, you know what I'm saying? I hate that. It's just like, stop. Just zip it. Zip it like a ziplock. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, because I was like, because he got caught in a little lie, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Yes, hide your homes. No hobosexuals for the cuffing season, for the cuddle season. Like, he always looked me dead. Like when I talked to him, he looked me in my eye, but I did catch him doing some other. There was always red flags, but I knew that that wasn't my person. I think that was just someone, you know, to kind of like get comfortable with talking, having communion, companionship with males, because the only male friends that I talk to intimately is a gay friend. Like Spirit is very good with that too, not allowing me to have intimate conversations with male friends, because I feel like that's messy. I feel like that's danger zone right there. Even if they have a girlfriend or you have a man, I feel like that there's a fine line with that, even in that. Yes, he was the let me get your temperature warm just a little bit. Let me get you out there, because yeah. And then the guy friend that, you know, I had a little connection with, like even that Spirit was just like, nah, like no. Homeboy is just, he's too young. He's not on your level, sis. No. 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 So, all right, I'm going to leave it at that. Much love as always, y'all. Be blessed, be safe, take care. Peace.